Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe before you even get into the program. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe right now. And this is a video from Themis. Don't forget to check him out. I love him. Very good guy. He's very equal minded.
And the reason no one sent me this, I went on his channel, looked at this video, watched it, and I decided that I was going to.
For marketplace, if y'all didn't want guys that demanded those things, or that didn't, if you actually wanted guys that wanted relationships, there would be more relationships. But you truly don't want those men, so that's why the market is going to have more men that don't want relationships. Not only that, but there are still tons of guys that actually want relationships. They just go overlooked. They go overlooked because everybody's beating down the door of the guy who was already wanted by every woman because he has options. And truthfully speaking, men are designed to spread our seed. That's what.
Please remember this. Someone type it in the chat so we can remember it, and I will pin it at the top. It says, and this is what you should write: men are designed to spread their seed. If someone can write that in the chat, please do. I actually really do need someone to write that in the chat so I can pin it because that is super, super important. Thank you. Got it. All right, let's continue.
We're here for. We're designed to spread our seed into fertile soil. So if a guy has many options, he's probably going to explore those options. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that's what he should do. But if we're completely honest, you know what you signed up for when you tried to go for the guy that's 6'5". You know what you signed up for. It's going to be much harder to maintain that relationship. And that's one of the cons. That's your job as a woman. That's your burden to society. Like, a man's burden is to create and maintain civilizations. A woman's burden is to pick the next generation of civilization builders. And you tried to go for the guy that's 6'5". You know what you signed up for. It's going to be much harder to maintain that relationship. And that's one of the cons. That's your job as a woman. That's your burden to society. Like, a man's burden is to create and maintain civilizations. A woman's burden is to pick the next generation of civilization builders.
Men are designed to create and build civilization. Okay.
We're waiting.
We're
waiting.
Cool.
We're still waiting, but go ahead.
That's what we're designed to do. Question: are we doing that? Because if that's our duty, to create and build civilization, are we doing that? I'm not going to drag him because his people are like real upset with me, but let's be clear. You are not creating and building any kind of civilization. Let's just put that out there, right? There's no civilization building going on right now. So unless you can show me where you're creating and building civilization, this is beyond you, right? I don't understand why you think you should have access to women. Let me stop. Let's continue for a moment.
You know what I mean? And if y'all are out there making bad decisions of the men that y'all want to choose and be with, that's literally all you got to do as a woman. You already have the innate value because you have a womb and you have a vagina. So you already have that innate value. You don't really have to build value like men do. We have to build value. When you're 18 and as a man, no one cares about you. When you're 18 and you're a woman, everybody cares about you.
Huh?
Oh, no. I
when?
actually didn't want to interrupt, but I have to.
Really?
No one cares about man. Really, I'm not even gonna dissect that. But when you talk about women having to navigate the world, talking about people care about them when they're 18, no, actually, they care to do a lot of things to young girls before they turn 18. Talking about protection of young women is very important. So it is interesting to me that you have, for some reason, believe that men are just so disadvantaged and somehow women are privileged. And he's going to use the word, actually let him finish and say the word privilege.
Right? So men have to build that value and make people care about them, while women just automatically get treated with kind of a privilege.
Huh?
Right? So really all you got to do is not.
so young girls, young black girls specifically, but young girls having to navigate the world. And when we talk about black femicide, when we talk about the missing black girls, the rate of abuse, like I don't know where you're getting this from. I don't know what the privileges that you're talking about are, but I just want, as we go forward, because this is super important, I pinned the comment at the top for a very specific reason. And this is the definition of cognitive dissonance. This right here. So, all the people in the chat, I am not dragging him. I could actually go harder and I could point out more of why he's wrong. And I'm letting him speak, and I'm not really disruptive, but I just want to point out a huge problem in his thesis. So let's continue, because this is actually quite bad.
Fumble the bag by picking a bad guy and getting pregnant at 21, and now you're a single mother, right? That's really all you have to do. So that's your burden. So I don't really like when women try to complain and try to act like society is pushing this in the dating market, when truthfully speaking, women are the ones that get to choose who has sex with who. That's your choice, right? So women dictate that. That's not some kind of patriarchy.
So forget the R, forget abuse and R, right? Like just ignore that, and forget the fact that men actually do set the culture. Like, we're not gonna pretend like that. Like, the ways in which hip hop, for example, have evolved was not done by, like, I don't think anyone in the chat agrees with him on this. So let's move on.
But let's keep going though.
No one is going to commit. What you are on the inside is what attracts the outside. So if you are scared on the inside, you're going to attract a man that's scared. If you're not capable of standing up for your needs, you're going to find a man who's not actually connected to his own needs and is just connected to his surface level needs, like fun. There's nothing wrong with fun, obviously, y'all. There's nothing wrong with fun. But God damn it. If there was some balance, some self-esteem, some self-worth, some ruthlessness of a warrior, then maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. But in hookup culture, these women are the slaves of hookup culture. Have sex with me, take your pants off, don't ask too many questions.
Oh yeah, this is.
Don't ask me to commit, or then you're gonna come off needy.
Oh no.
A true man, a conscious man, an incredible man will know exactly what he wants. He won't be afraid of your needs. He will look up to you for voicing them.
Exactly.
He will know that you're the type of woman that he can count on to be transparent and honest and to create a true relationship with him.
Okay, that's
not one where we're just beating around the bush and making believe like everything's okay.
See, look up to? Why? And that's where it came out. That's the victim thing that I'm talking about. We were doing good throughout this whole the video's about 8 minutes. We were doing good. But then at the end, here comes the victim. Hookup culture is not something that men created. Maybe some of the men at the top embraced it because the only people who really, as men, the only people who really get benefit from hookup culture are the top 10 or 20% of men, if we're just completely honest. Men don't benefit from hookup culture. We don't promote hookup culture. Majority of men do not benefit from hookup culture.
No.
Women have created hookup culture.
Really?
Why? Because like I said earlier, they decide who hooks up.
No.
How can a man create hookup culture? Like that?
Absolutely not.
Either you are extremely dumb or you don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
No, right? Or being dishonest, right?
Hey, party music, DJ.
You just posited that a man, and I pinned the comment. This is why I asked you to pin the comment. Men are designed for to spread their seed, right? This person said polygamy. I'm pretty sure he said to spread their seed, right? So you just pointed out that men are designed to spread their seed. Now you are saying that men did not create hookup culture. Now this is not completely inconsistent. But do you see when you make the argument that men are biologically predisposed to quote unquote spread their seed, you made the biological argument for men to be out here hooking up with a lot of people. You made that argument. You didn't say, oh, there's some men who do this. You said men are biologically predisposed, even if you didn't use those words, to spreading their seed. So now that you are being accused, men, of creating hookup culture where you just made the argument for them to spread their seed as it is biological, now you want to back away, like you want to back out of that men created hookup culture. Your own words would justify that men created hookup culture. Literally your own words. Now you guys hopefully saw this is it for him. Like that's all I wanted to show. Because even in their own video, it is you say one thing, then you completely disconnect logically from that which you said, and then say something that is directly
Sure.
contradictory. Make it why it says, I guess I'll start the offering play. We should support our creators the way the Little Manosphere support theirs. Thanks for the content, TNT. Thank you. I appreciate that. Annie Babe sends love. Thank you. It's yeah, do stuff a lot. He isn't in the top 10%. No, but what I wanted, thank you guys for the super chat, right? But what I do want you guys to pick up, hopefully you guys did pick that up. Let me try to catch up with the chat. Is I hope you guys pick up on the fact that these people are on one hand making these really broad arguments. In this, it was about biology, right? And what men are quote unquote designed to do. And that would, if true, right? If men are designed to spread their seed, then they're going to want to hook up with a lot of women without having to settle down. That is a logical conclusion to draw from your statement regarding the state of manhood and men. You said it. So then when you're accused of creating hookup culture where you can benefit from it in the way that you say men are designed, you're saying men didn't create that. Make that make sense. If women weren't designed to do that, women would not create that atmosphere. Like, your statement doesn't make sense to me. Electric Blue says PMP seems like he hasn't actually had a close relationship with a woman before. I think he might be married. I don't know. It's it's crazy because like even within the same video, we get these people just making these statements that are just inconsistent. And while the most obvious answer is not always the answer, yes, spread your seed is hookup culture. It absolutely is. If actually, I'm going to drop the link because I think this might be this might be something that someone wants to debate on. Yes, it is absolutely one that can create that creates hookup culture. Anywho, let's continue. Also, do not tell me who to answer and who not to answer. I don't have time for you, rude boy. Like, absolutely not. Jaren knows where Jaren stands, and I don't have to answer to you or to Jaren. Absolutely not. All right. So while we are talking, while you guys are figuring this out, let's continue. Let's continue. So I saw this post, and you remember this guy from Day 26? I'm making a bigger point in a moment. The guy from Day 26 actually left his wife and kids, and I thought it was interesting. So let me read this for you. So the wife posted on Instagram. I don't know why. I don't know why people think they need to share all their intimate details. But the wife posted this. Sorry. Not me not knowing how. All right. Gotta be completely honest. I've never felt so good from the inside and the out. The sad part is people don't like to see it because they are used to being unhappy. It scares them, so they put you through turmoil to break you and keep you broken. Yes, the tag. Yes, the tag. You can't hold me down if you tried. Left me aimlessly with 4 kids because you needed a break. Guess what? They sat on my back, girlfriend, whatever. So she was talking about how her husband just left her and just said, "Oh, just left her," right? So this is what her husband responded.
I put sometimes you need a break. This break is for me. I don't want to lose myself. So I came up to Sedona to mentally grab my piece. Everybody is taken care of. She hit me for money and the money was sent. The kids are good, but I will not go back to a toxic situation. Thank you all. There you have it. That's it, that's all. You do. That's why y'all follow that. That's why y'all jump to conclusions the first time y'all hear somebody say something. You know, it is what it is, man.
Now, this comment says, I know you guys can't read it, but let's try to zoom in. Most non-married people will not understand the need to take some time and find your peace, as opposed to staying in a situation that could lead to unfortunate circumstances. Praying for my brother Willie and his wife. Marriage is beautiful, but it ain't easy. Marriage is beautiful, but it ain't easy. All right. Period. I'm not married, but so I'm not gonna comment. Well, I am. I'm gonna comment on it. Actually, I was gonna leave this alone, but I will. It must be nice to be able to just check out of your marriage like you check out of a job. It must be nice to say, oh, my kids are good because I sent some money, but I couldn't deal with it, so I just left. That must be nice, right? Like, think about the kind of arrogance one must have for you to just decide, oh, you know what? This is toxic. I'm going to leave you and the children, and it's for my mental health. Now, I am not saying people don't need breaks. I'm not saying people cannot really engage in taking care of themselves mentally, which sometimes mean that you need to step back. But now, I'm not talking about you and your wife, because you're grown people who made grown decisions to get married and be together, right? None of my business. But the children, like, you're like, oh, this is toxic. My head, this is not working for me. It is really bad. I don't know how bad it is, but I'm just gonna just leave. Because he didn't deny that he just up and left, right? Like, it wasn't a conversation as far as the woman is concerned. And she came back and deleted the post because she didn't want her children to see that their dad up and left. But isn't that interesting? Like, you can make the moral judgment. I am making a moral judgment on him that what he did was absolutely negative. How do you just get up and leave your child and your wife, but let's forget the wife because adults, your child, and say, oh, they're good. I needed mental break. Must be nice to clock out. I mean, apparently it's a job. So you can just clock out and clock back in when you feel like, right? Yeah, I mean, Vic said, he clearly said the situation was toxic. Yeah, I mean, and would you rather them scream in front of the kids? No, I would not rather them scream in front of the kid. I'm just pointing out that one person gets to up and leave. Like, one person just got up and left. Like, is that super chat supposed to justify that he does not have a responsibility as a father, therapy is an option, right? Like divorce and shared custody is an option, right? Like you just getting up and leaving is a problem. Period. Like there's no discussion to be had. And they're like, oh, what if they were fighting? Again, if she is an angry person who is actually physically abusive to him, then he needs to take legal steps against her. Like I'm for that. Like don't think I'm not for that. And you might want to protect your children from this person too. Like you as a dad do not have the right. I mean, some of y'all just do it. So who am I to tell you? But in my opinion, y'all as a dad should not have the right to just up and leave. Oh, it's toxic, it's complicated, I'm gone. No. Marriages are complicated. Well, don't get in them. You don't get to up and leave your child. No, absolutely not. All right. Afro, you are on.
Wait, Kai. Hi, sorry, I didn't know you were gonna call me so soon.
Oh, no, you're fine. I can put you in the back. We can hear you.
I don't
Okay,
do
cool. So let me just turn on the
panels
light real quick.
because I do my own
The
panels.
whole thing
So
about, I guess,
we'll watch
Willie
the rest of this
and
later.